All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Now, welcome to 215 Trades, the home of the 215 technique. Here today with your favorite chef, who will be looking to see if I can cook some pips up here today on XAU USD. Not only XAU USD, but also Euro USD as well. All right. So big shout out to my viewers over there on YouTube and also my viewers over there on TikTok. Please remember to hit that like button if you haven't yet done so. Also hit that share button as well. And if you haven't yet subscribed as well, please go ahead and do so. Okay. Uh, it's been a calm week in all fairness. This is a very quiet week, very quiet week this week. But let's see what today brings. All right. Good morning, Sean. Thank you. Druamo. Hi, sir. Hi. How are you doing today? Druamo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correct. But greetings to you over there in YouTube and Timmy as well. Good morning, good night, wherever you are. Welcome back, Ren. Nice to see you. Good evening. Where are you, Ren? It's morning now. Where are you? Which country are you in? All right, let me know. I'm starting out on gold. Doing the 215 zone here on gold. Oh, you're in the USA. Wow. All right. Nice. Which state are you in? Let me guess. You are in New York. Am I right? If it's not New York, it's Miami. Alaska. Damn, Alaska. Okay, all right. So you must be freezing over there in Alaska. Then it must be freezing over there. I always thought that Alaska was is like a chill. Well, it's definitely is a chill state, but I always thought that it would be a very chill state because it's not like where all the fuss is and all the excitement is, and you do have a lot of nature kind of thing going on out there. I watch these YouTubers. This guy, I think he's called Outdoor Boys. I think his channel is called. Yeah, I do watch him a lot, and I think he is from Alaska. I think he said he's actually going to stop streaming. To be fair, stop doing YouTube videos. He has gotten so big now, so publicly, people. He's everywhere he goes, people know him. So I think he's pulling back from it to spend some time as well, which is fine. But yeah, I do watch him. And for those who don't, yeah, it's a good channel to pass time, and you can also learn about all the many different things he can do out in the snow and all of that. All right, good. How are we feeling today? Let me know if you guys are pumped for today. Let me know where you guys are. How did yesterday go? Let me know if anything happened yesterday after stream. Did you make it? Did you get any good entries? Let me know. Just let me know in the chat. How did yesterday go for you? Please let me know. All right. I wanted to see something. Yeah, it's not bad, but I don't want it. All right. Let me just put my alerts here on gold real quickly, and then I'll go over to EU. Have a quick look. To be honest, I like the structure that gold has been doing. It hasn't gone to all-time highs as yet. Instead, what it did, it came down, and I really like that. Came down, created more structure. It's back to 3,375, which is really good. I don't mind if it just falls from where it is right now and go all the way back to about in the 2000. Why I like that, you may ask, is because the technique that I use, the 215 technique that I use, ultimately it wants structure, right? It has a higher success rate when there is structure above and there's structure below. Has a higher success rate when that is happening. So when I'm at all-time highs, basically what that is saying, in other words, is that you only have structure below, but anything above that, you don't know what's going on. So at all-time highs, it's not the best for me. So I prefer for it to be where I have structure above and structure below. I think we're still about like maybe 3,000. If I'm not mistaken, we might be about 3,000 pip away anyways from all-time highs. If I'm not mistaken, I might be 2,000. I don't know if my math is correct. No, Chico, I'm not in a position right now, Chico. I'm just starting to. I haven't actually taken much entries this week, to be fair. Yeah, I'm just marking up my zone and my structures here. And then I will send this in the Telegram group for those who would like to see. What's Sean saying? Sean's saying, I'm in a swing trade right now for GBP Chef. GBP Chef. You know, I've never looked at the GBP Chef chart before. I think there's so much currency out there, but I think it's quite popular. The chef. What chef again? Is it Frank? Is it yeah? I think it is. But how is that position looking for you, Shan? Is it looking up? Is it looking? Yeah, I know it's looking up because you have an eye for the market. I know you do have an eye for the market, so. I'm just doing the markings now, and then in a little bit I will basically explain to you guys what I am looking for. Just putting them on right now, and then afterwards I'll hype it up. Okay, no, let me not send this in the Telegram group just yet. I'm going to send it in the Telegram group after I finish doing EU. So that's goal. Finished right there. Now let's look at EU. Did take that one entry yesterday on EU. Sadly, it didn't quite break that 30-minute resistance, but it was still about 7 pips to be an average. Watch my average RR. I don't know. It's not something that I track. Why I say that? Why I say that? Okay, why I say that is my stop loss. I'm now on EU. Okay, I'm now on EU. So let's say for EU, all right. My TPs are at my TPs are at, what do you call them? Are at structures. So if I take, let's say I take a buy a long entry, right? If I take a long entry on EU, my TP is going to be, my first TP is going to be at my 30-minute resistance, right? It's going to be at my 30-minute resistance, and if it's going to be at my 30-minute resistance, is not all the time that my, what you call it, it's not all the time it's going to be 7 pips, because my standard stop loss, my standard stop loss is going to be at 7 pips. So it's not all the time it's going to be at 7 pips, right? It may be way more. It could be even 12 pips for my first TP before I get there. So it's not a metric that adds any value to the technique or the entry model that I'm using. So it's not something that I track. So it doesn't improve or deprove or decrease the effectiveness of it. So I don't track it. So I don't need to track it. And it's the same thing for gold as well, because on an entry one, my standard stop loss on an entry one is going to be about 40 to 45 pips thereabout. However, my TPs are going to be at structures, not a specific number, right? So it's going to be a structure, it's not a specific number. So my first TP is going to be at my 30-minute resistance. Yeah, you'll see. Yeah. Oh, I'm guessing that you're new to the channel. Don't worry, my friend. You'll definitely see. You'll explain all about it. I will explain all of it. You'll understand why it's like that. So my TPs are usually at structures. So 30-minute resistance first TP, 1 hour resistance second TP, 4 hour resistance third TP, that kind of thing. Remember, everyone take entries different. Everyone uses a different their own technique. For me, I use the 215 technique, and those are the rules of the 215 technique. Now this 30-minute support here is so close to the zone, so definitely for sure I know that I'm going to have to wait for a retest of that, because that is going to cause some reaction very quickly. All right, so hold on, guys. I know that you guys are asking so many questions. You do know today's a bank holiday. That doesn't matter. I don't care about the bank holiday. Even if it's a bank holiday, my friend, the market is still moving. The market is still moving. All right. What time frame am I on? Okay, this is the 1 hour resistance. Hold on. Gold is crossing the sell line already. What's going on with gold already? I'll have a look at gold just to see what it's doing in a minute. So why did I not see that on the remember, I'm not doing anything as yet. I'm just marking out my structures. I'm just marking out my structures here, and then after I finish marking out my structures, I'll break it down to everyone who is watching. All those persons who are on YouTube and also those persons who are on TikTok as well. Alright, let's go to the 4-hour and let's move. This is my sell. Let's put this on my sell line and let's put this on my buy line. Alright, here. Let's switch to the 5-minute time frame now to see what's happening. For those persons who have been viewing for quite some time, the area between my buy line and my sell line, what is that area called? Do you guys remember? So this area here from my buy line to my sell line, what is this area called? Gold is foul then. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Let's see. 215. All right, thank you, my friend. You can see that you guys are paying attention. All right, good. So that's my 215 zone. So that's it for EU. All right, let's go back to DXY. Just a quick look. Let's just see what's going on here with DXY. See, okay. So you can see where DXY is climbing. So DXY is climbing out of the creeks here. Look, you see why I might mark these lines on DXY. You see that the market is reacting perfectly to all these zones perfectly. All right, nice. Okay, so let's break it down. Let me just have a quick look at the chat, see what the chat is saying, because you guys have been asking quite a lot of questions. Check your last comment. I think I did answer that. EU's bearish flag. Oh, okay. I don't do the flag patterns, really, but yeah. Sometimes they do align. I am in a short right now on EU. That's nice, yeah, because it is coming down, as you can see, as well. Gold is falling. The 215 zone goes mad at the moment. All right, yeah, no problem. All right, so I'm up to date with the chat. Let's get into it then. All right, now let's have a closer look here on EU. Then I'll just go over on the gold screen. Now EU is coming down below my 215 zone, right? However, there's a 30-minute support immediately after it comes out of the zone. Usually whenever this is there, I usually want to wait for a retest of the zone. So sort of like it coming back here, comes back here, and then reject, versus taking the first entry, because that 30-minute support can actually be a buy zone where it can actually pull back just a bit. So this candle is going to close below the zone in about 14 seconds. So let's see what happened here, or if it's going to pull back. I can see where DXY is pulling strongly towards zone 1 as well, so there might be a little bit of a pullback when it's trying to cross the border as well, because look, now this candle just closed below the zone. It would have normally confirmed a short entry here for me. I would take that short entry from here as well, but that 30-minute support is just there, so I'm going to just wait for a retest of the 215 zone. If it falls and it just falls aggressively and just break through all those supports and goes all the way down, That's fine. I just missed that entry, but I'm waiting for a retest of the zone for right here. So if it continues to fall, that's nice. If it pulls back into the zone, then rejects from the zone, then that's what I want to see to take the short, because that 30-minute support is so close as soon as it breaks the zone. Gold right now. All right. Now here, when we're looking for gold here, it's the same as any other day. Price has now broken below the zone and has tested my 50-minute rejection line. So I'm putting my alert there back on my sell line. Okay. Now, what I would like to see to happen for me to consider taking any shorts here on gold, I like to see a pull back to the zone followed by a rejection from the zone with a candle closure just below the zone, from below my sell line and my 50-minute rejection line right here. If I can see that price action, if I can see that movement here on gold, then I would be interested in taking a short from these areas. Okay, if I do see that, then at that point in time, I'll take that short, look for it, and then this is what I ultimately would be doing, is that my stop loss will be at the top of my 215 zone, and my full on TPs will basically be down to my 4-hour support in this instance. So I would like to see a little bit of a pullback, but I'm not sure what's going on right now, why there's such a massive injection of volume inside of the market. Was there any news that related? Did something just happen? Because this is not normal movement for gold right now at this time of the day. There's chef news coming out in an hour and a half, and also in the next 7 minutes. No, something just happened. Something just happened. Breaking news, because that's not normal. Can any update? I can't see much here, but pretty sure something just happened. Did because you guys might be at home, you guys might be on another platform. Was there any news that came out just now? Waiting on that confirmation from gold for a sell. It's already tested for a sell. Yeah. If it doesn't pull back, then I can't get it. Because look at that. This volume is not this is not normal volume right now. You guys know, you've been here every day and see how the morning volume is usually tends to be around this time. But that's a pretty strong drop as well. Let's look at EU. EU is going. DXY is crossing into zone 1 here as well. So hopefully we can get a bit of a pullback, and I can see a retest back of my zone here on the EU for me to consider taking the shorts here on EU. They just sent at it. Oh, really? 8 minutes ago. But wouldn't that push the market up though? Would it not? All right, in the interim, guys, come on, please hit that like button if you haven't yet done so. Additionally, as well, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. All right, so price basically broke my 215 zone here on gold. What's happening is that instead of it retracing, it basically pushed all the way down to my 4-hour support, and it's falling aggressively right now. Let's switch to the 4-hour time frame just to see what is going on. But before I do that, have a quick look here at EU. EU came down and has tested that 30-minute support right? But I needed to pull back and retest my zone for me to consider taking the short here on EU. Additionally, as well, what I had to keep in mind is that if you I look at DXY is crossing the border of zone 1, and if it's crossing the border, as I said, I should always expect some turbulence to happen, because if it's going across the border, then there should be some border patrol or something to do, basically check the papers. So you might see a bit of a slowdown. So price came down, tested that 30-minute support. As you can see, it's rejecting from that 30-minute support, and it's pulling back into the zone. So if it pulls back into the zone, hopefully it can go possibly all the way back to my point of interest, and then reject from my point of interest down back to my sell line, and I will be considering taking the shorts from there. So 3 minutes. So let's see how this candle plays out, and then that should be good. Who thought? But only major news I can see. Fair enough. That should push the market up. Blessed morning, legend. Greetings to you as well. All right, come on, guys. We're at 2.5K likes. Let's see if we can get those likes up to 10K today. All right, good. So you see, price is pushing up. So that is one of the key things I always look out for. If I'm going to take an entry, if I look at the structure of EU and the 30-minute support is just outside of whether it's above or below the zone, it's good just to have a look, just to see, to wait for like a test and a retracement in a sense. So good. So let's see how that works out. Gold as well, is it still pushing or has it started to reject as well? It's looking to reject from that 1 hour support. But this is really good though, right? This massive down move right now is really good, because if I do get a pushback all the way to the zone to confirm that chart, I am even more confident. Everyone is talking about bank holidays. Which bank holiday is it? For which currency is the bank holiday, right? And the only bank holiday, as a matter of fact, none of the bank holidays stop the market from movement. It's America. Which bank holiday is in America today? All right, I'm gonna say this: the world doesn't revolve around America. The gold market doesn't revolve around America. It's not being moved only by the US currency. Right now we're still in the Asian session, going into the London session, and there's no bank holiday here, so we are actively trading. Asia is actively trading. The only time the market closes and it doesn't move is on the weekends, and that's the only time that I won't trade. But even if it's a bank holiday in America, if it's a bank holiday in the UK, or even if it's a bank holiday in China, I'm still going to show up on the charts, because some of my biggest moves were taken when it's a bank holiday. So it's a bank holiday, but I don't even know which bank holiday it is, but June 19th. Oh, Juneteenth. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So the bank holiday doesn't affect me. So what I was saying is that price basically came down and created the path all the way down to my full TP, as you can now see that, right? If I do get that retracement back to the zone and reject from that zone, I'm even more confident with taking that entry, because this area here has already cleared the pathway for me. So if it's going to go back down, then this area has already tested these zones, so it should be a clean sweep back down if that's the overall trend of the market. Now let's look at this bit here to see what's going on. So far, since the day has started, gold has gone down by 50 pips. All right, I think that's possibly, that means that, are we at the Asian opening? Because this is about 50 pip from the, no? Where's the Asian opening? Where's the 11 o'clock? Yeah, it's right here. So my sell line is actually at the base of the opening of Asia. So that means that this 215 zone would align with the Asian 215 zone as well if I was trading with Asia. Okay, so that's really good. That's really good. So now I just need to wait for price to pull back to the zone, reject from the zone, and then continue lower, and I will be interested in taking that chart. Remember guys, if you haven't yet liked, please go ahead and do so. If you haven't yet subscribed as well, please definitely go ahead and do so. All right, now let's go back to EU to see what's happening here on EU. Now look at that. Price came down, as I said, tested that 30-minute support, and I said if it's going to test my 30-minute support in order for me to take the short position here, right, I need to see it test that 30-minute support, reject into the zone, then pull back for me to consider taking that chart. So that's what I'm ultimately waiting for now. I would like to see price actually comes in a little bit higher inside the zone, and then I will go for it. Let me just quickly send this inside my Telegram group for those who are inside my Telegram group, so you know what I am looking for today. It's a strong long push there, that is, if I can use it. Ali, I can't believe you, Ali. Are you saying that you have not been following all along, Ali? You've been here for quite a few times, and you have not followed. You only now just following. All right, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, my friend. I can definitely do the 215 technique on BTC. However, I am not going to be doing BTC today. So if this candle does flip and comes below the 215 zone here and confirms a short, then I'll go. So oh no, not you. There's a guy in the chat, or a lady in the chat, called Ollie Evans. I can't see the pictures because it's, yeah. No, I would say Ale if I was speaking to you, Miss Kinka. All right, good. Thank you guys for hitting the like button there. All right, remember guys, if you haven't yet subscribed as yet, please go ahead and do so. That's 215 trades. Miguel, I feel we get that retracement and confirm it's going to be a clean sweep. Yeah. On gold, that's definitely what I'm thinking. But this volume, man, is... you see, and I always say this, gold is an emotional traded pair. If everything that is going on right now economically, this shouldn't be like the movement of gold. This shouldn't be the movement of gold. But why is it doing that? I just emotions right now. Emotions. I know everyone is overall thinking, yo, look, you know, the price action on this should be. Oh, hold on, I forgot something. Yesterday, how did yesterday go with the high impact news which came out on USD? So unemployment claims was basically mid. Federal rates was mid as well, and I don't know what was said in FOMC, so maybe that was the case. So maybe FOMC does look good, possibly. So okay. Yeah, it seems that way. It seems that whatever Powell said seems to be holding up DXY. It's still resisting from going across the border here. And for those who don't know, for those who are seeing this for the first time, so I take entries on EU. However, I use DXY as my second confirmation model in a sense. So if DXY is going up, then EU should be going down. So by the looks of it, as you can see now, DXY is going up, but EU is slightly coming down, kind of vibe. But what's going on though? So if we can see DXY cross into zone one and push through zone one aggressively, then I should be able to see some strong down move here on EU. Now EU is fixing for the short now. I would be interested in taking that short, but I hopefully it doesn't close too far away from my zone, because if it does break and close too far away from my zone, then that's gonna take it out of the safe zone. The safe zone is usually about 1 pip or 1.5 pip away from, no, 1.5 pip away. So about here. So if it's gonna confirm it, I need to see it close in this region here. So 3 minutes. So hopefully it doesn't push aggressively through and I miss on that entry. So I'm just waiting patiently just to see what's going to go on here. No, then I see you haven't. See, that's the thing with EU now, and I'm not. It's not. You're not gonna trick me to enter early. I use the 5-minute time frame for entry confirmation. You're selling gold right now. Well, yeah, it's pushing down aggressively. EU is pushing down aggressively as well. It is pushing down aggressively. I want to enter, but there's still 2 minutes left on this candle, and if it closes all the way down here, I'm not gonna take it. But if it continues to fall, then I miss it. I just miss it. That's just the thing. EU has been one of the pairs that has tempted me the most with entering early and then pulling back on me. So I have to be disciplined when it comes on to EU. So if it breaks and it just continues to fall, and I miss that lovely entry, because that's just how it is. But if you can pull back and confirm, because you now see DXY is in zone one, and you can see the strong down move here on it, because it has tested that DXY is pushing up as well. What was your entry price here on? Damn, man, look at that go! Look at gold go. Yeah, let's say goodbye to that retracement. That retracement isn't coming. Which candle was the 7 o'clock candle? Yeah, that retracement is not coming. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. Yes. Pull back, pull back. 24 seconds. I needed to come back in that safe zone. That is the only way I will be considering taking it. If it goes and it just goes, that's fine. I'm sticking to my rules here. With DXY, I have to be really with EU. I have to be really disciplined, because when I'm not disciplined on EU tends to really give me a proper spanking. All right, that's fine. I'm taking that. That's not too bad. I'm taking that. What is this? I'm taking that. Shit. All right, hold on. I can't take it. Wrong account. Damn, 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 damn. Come on, come. Hold on. All right, good, ready. So I'm in that now. EU entry just right there. So let me just pull this down a bit. It's a sell, bro. It's a sell. It didn't quite close in my safe line. I did, but where it is right now, that's not too bad. So let's see. So now I need to see DXY continue to push up into zone 1, right? Need to see push up into zone 1, and then yeah. So now though, because your 30-minute support is right there, what are you gonna do? Well, if I get a 5-minute candle close below, maybe below this week, then I will take that. All right, why didn't I prep that before? Let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen now. Gold is still falling. Come on. Yeah, DXY is struggling to get into zone 1. You can see the massive rejection here from that resistance here. So because of this massive rejection here from DXY trying to cross into zone 1, you can see where it's now coming back. What is gold doing? You see that little rejection here on gold as well. I'll be interested, you know, I'll be interested to take an entry 2 on gold in this. It will stop me out, then go my way. Yeah, it does that sometimes, to be fair. Okay, so that's a 50-minute. So something is here, though. Something is definitely here. Yeah. All right, well, let's see. All right, so EU is moving nicely towards my stop loss, moving smoothly. Yeah, it's just man. Yeah, that's the thing with EU, because that's why I have to be really disciplined when it comes on to EU. It will tempt you to want to enter early, right? I knew that it was gonna close below the zone, and I knew that the 30-minute support is right there. So I said, you know what? Wait for a retracement. Bam! It came down. It hit that 30-minute support, and it's now pulling back. You see, it's just, yeah, you have to be patient with EU. So even though it did confirm that retracement, but then when it was to close, it closed just below my safe zone. That's fine. I'll take that. I'll take that risk. Yeah, I've already said it. So I'm not. It's not like I'm risking like all. I'm not taking like a 14 pip a sell on it. It's just 7. So I think it's about 8 pips on this one. Oh, 9 pips on that, and it's because it pushed down below there, so that pushed it over. But that's fine. I'm okay with that. So let's see. No risk, no Ferrari. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to 215 Trades, please go ahead and do so. We're almost at 6K likes already. Damn, come on, my friends, hit that like button. DXY is struggling to cross the bar though here. Maybe it doesn't have the papers, but that's what's holding it out from the entry actually going away. If it does cross over into the zone, then we should be seeing some stuff here. So let's see. No risk, no come on. Gold is okay. You know what? All right, so if, hold on, let me measure this. All right, that's not bad. If this candle good try for an oh no, take that. Oh, don't even say that. Nope, nope. Nope, that's not gonna work. It's now 7:15 a.m. here in London. As you can see, the price of gold has tanked over 150 pips from the 215 zone, smashing all the TPs. However, it didn't confirm any entry for me here, so I'm still the standby. Remember now, if you haven't hit subscribe to 215 Trades, please definitely go ahead and do so. However, I'm in this position here on EU. Price closed below my 215 zone. Tested that 30-minute support there as well, at least once. Tested by a wick, say not quite with a body candle close, which would have made it a bit more stronger. So let's see what's going to happen. Shan, you should be up nicely right now on that sell on gold. That's really good. Just a moment, guys. All right, come on, EU. Come to Papa. My SL is at the point of interest at 14618. It's about 9 pips though. Come to Papa. All right, let me see how many of you guys have taken the EU with me. So if you have taken the EU, just put EU in the chat. Let's do a bit of a census and see where we are here on EU. Now the thing is, this should be going down though, because if gold is moving down so aggressively, all right, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking if this confirms an entry too, I will be brave and bold. I'll be brave and bold and take that entry too long. If you confirm it at 15 pips. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. If it does confirm the entry too. All right, so let's see. So only 3 persons. All right, that's fine. That is fine. So let's see what's going to happen here. This is what is holding the move back, because of we're basically right on the border of zone 1 and zone 0. Now these are, let me just extend this so I can show you guys. So on EU, on DXY, these are like 15 minute resistance, as you can see, and that's why it's struggling to get across. But if we can get, we just need one 15-minute candle to come above and close here, and then we should be in business. But we can see some rejection as well, as you've seen here before. So that's just the tricky part about it. But let's look at the high Kinashi here and see what's going on. All right, now look at this. Now this is DXY. High Kinashi basically show you the overall strength of the pair. Okay, now if we look at this, you see that there are all massive green candles going up. What that is saying is that it is a very strong up move here, still in play on DXY. Now when you would start to basically see some weakness is when these high Kinashi candles basically start to create bottom wicks and top wicks. For example, here, right? Here you can see where you have a top wick and a bottom wick, a top wick and a bottom wick, top wick and a bottom wick. So you know that this down move, so you see that the market was coming down. So you know that this down move, the sell move is now weakening. So you see it's weakening, it's getting weaker, it's getting weaker. Then you start seeing green candles starts to go up. These no bottom wicks, still only top wicks as well. So that is still showing you that the pressure, the buy pressure is still active here on DXY. Look, it was coming up as well, strong buy pressure. You see, it hits that borderline. It then starts to reject. You see top wick, small bottom wick, top wick, small bottom wick. Then you see the flavor starts to change here on DXY, coming down until the weakness comes in again, and then it passes the button over. So even though on the candlesticks you can see where it's constantly being rejected, but Heikin-Ashi is still saying that, look, there's still a strong buy pressure here, on DXY. And because of that, right, I am still confident here in this EU position that I should actually see the price movement do come down here as well, here on EU. Now, as you can see, back to candlesticks here on DXY. No, wait. Okay, back to candlesticks here. You can see where DXY is now pushing into zone 1 here on DXY, and you can see that EU is pushing down here. All right. Chef, what's your 4 hour? My 4. You don't have to ask the question so much time, man. My 4 hour is at 1.14330. So let's see. Bloody hell, gold. You know what? I'm not even coming back over here. I'm just staying over here. I'm not even coming back over there. The only thing that I can do in this instance is and then again, I can't even do it. Reason being is because there's no structure anyways. So I'm just leaving gold. So to this entry here on EU, we need to get a 5-minute candle close below that 30-minute support line. If we don't get a 5-minute close below that 30-minute support line, that's not a good sign as well. That's really not a good sign as well. So we need to get a 5-minute close. We need to get one 5-minute candle, even if oh wait, we're on a 15-minute time frame. Yeah. So if this flips and come back down to that 30-minute support and close down there, then that's good as well. But we need a candle close below that 30-minute support line. Oh wait, I'm still on DXY. So we need a candle close below that 30-minute support line, because if we don't, then that's because we're still in a very strong buy area. You see, look, bam, bam. So you can't actually come back. So we need to see that candle close. It really is just delaying the overall move here, because DXY is still struggling to close inside zone 1. DXY is still struggling to close inside zone 1. You see, it's trying so hard. Let's switch this back to Heikin-Ashi. Yeah, it's the buy pressure is still on, so I'm not too worried about this yet. It hasn't changed its flavor as yet. So, yeah, it's trying so hard, but if this doesn't push and close here, and this doesn't come and close below, then this is looking to do a rejection here. Why place a trade when London opens in half an hour? The trade was placed about 30 minutes ago, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So it wasn't just placed just now. If it was closer to the London time, maybe 5 minutes to the London time, then I wouldn't take an entry. Or let's say 10 minutes, then I would consider me possibly not taking the entry. But it's some time away. And if this comes back and let's say it takes my SL, I don't think it's because London is going to open. It happened to happen. But why place a trade, bro? Our Kaylon, I'm not sure if you're male or a female. If my entry model confirms it, it confirmed it way before London opening, so I took it. So the 215 technique, it confirmed the sell, and I took it. What would you say if this entry push and goes all the way to TP? You're not going to ask that question. So because I would only worry about London opening. Funny, unprofitable trade. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's fine. It's fine, my guy. So I would only consider London opening if it was say 15 minutes thereabouts to London. I don't know why. I don't know why do people always come on here and hate on me? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? You know, why do people always come on here and hate on me? People always, Sylvia, welcome. You see, whenever you're not here, they always bully me. I don't hate. As if just you say you trade London session. I trade London session, my guy. He just wants attention. I think he does. But the question you're asking is pretty valid. However, my entry was taken way before London, right? Way before London. So we went into this entry around here on this candle that was at 7:05 a.m. So that's like an hour to well 55 minutes. So that entry is taking about 55 minutes. Well, I shouldn't take an entry as well though, because the New York session is about to open in a few hours. So don't take it. Well, don't forget that people who hates describing themselves, not you. Ah, that's so true. Okay, but now you will receive volatile market conditions. The market is always volatile, bro. If I'm going to worry about the volatility of the market, then I wouldn't never trade because it's always volatile. Look here on gold. Look, that's volatile, and this didn't happen before London. This happened at 6:40 a.m. So the volatility is always going to be there, is always going to be present, but we don't care. Once you have your strategy and you're working with your strategy, what session started at 6:40? What session started at 6:40 a.m.? You know the funny thing about it? You know the funny thing about it, and a lot of people don't know this, is that there's so many different markets which open from let's say 6 a.m. UK time, 6 a.m. UK time to London, to London time. There's quite a few Asian markets which open in that time frame, and you might not know because when these markets open, when these Asian markets open, it actually does inject volume inside of the market if you didn't know. So because the main markets we focus on is that we say Asian, but the Asian market is filled with many different countries market actually do opening, right? You know what? I'm done talking to this guy. I'm done talking to this guy. I'm just realizing now he doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm done talking to him. What do you mean Asian sleep, bro? What do you mean the Asian market sleeps, fam? Keep calm, my bro. Keep calm, my bro. Anyways, back to my EU trade, which was taken just before London. Now we entered the trade. Now let's break it down while we entered. The Asian market is closed at the time of opening. Is this guy being for real? All right, good card talk. That's a very good question. Now let me explain to you why I entered here. All right. Now this is the 215 zone. Okay. The 215 zone is a very key area which I use to take my entries from. Right. Now, price came down, tested that 30-minute support, rejected inside of my zone. Because that 30-minute support line was right there, I said I am not going to take an entry. I need to wait. I need to wait for the price to test that 30-minute rejection, pull back to the zone, and close inside the zone. Okay. It did came back, closed inside the zone, came down, rejected, closed below the zone. Then I entered. I am also using DXY as confirmation. Finally, we get a 15-minute candle closing above that in zone 1. So because DXY was pushing up, if I'm looking at the high Kanashi candles, there's all strong upward buy pressure here on the high Kanashi candles. So that's saying that the price action on EU should be pushing down nicely. So that's why I entered it from there. So right now I am just waiting for the price to move in the direction. Additionally, hopefully I could get a candle close below that 30-minute support line. Then I'll be ready for it. Okay, now what is my good supporter saying? This guy's for real don't know what he's doing. I agree, I definitely don't know, because remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some random guy here on the internet. And he's fired up because I tried to ask him a real question instead of learning. You didn't ask a question, my guy. Pal, if you think that he leave alive, yeah, why not go? But he's still here, and he's sending, he's tapping the screen and making likes as well. Also, bro trades the index gold and the currency pairs at the same time. What the? Sylvia, please take him off. I ask you, I'm asking you, please, Sylvia, take this guy off. What is wrong? Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh my gosh. Sylvia, please get this guy off. Take this guy off. Please get this guy off. Oh my word. Get get this guy off, man. Alright. So EU is going down. That's good. So if I can get a 5-minute candle close below that 30-minute support line, legit, no profitable trader does that. I actually work for I don't. Why are you? All right. Pause. All right. Let me say this. As a matter of fact, leave him on. Don't do him. Don't kick him off or anything. All right. You work for someone that's EU is looking good with the exactly, bro. Look at that. This is textbook right here. DXY is going up, EU is going down, and I'm using both of them. This guy and this guy. So you see, when you don't understand something, and I think that's just the natural order of things, guys. If you're in this position right now, please make sure you manage your profits here, okay? That's the thing. And you know what? I think that guy, maybe even somebody I know, because I have so much haters who act as if they know me. Look at it. The 215 technique. No one knows about the 215 technique. It's the technique that I was struggling doing this. I was struggling trading. All right, I was struggling trading, and I couldn't understand what you call it. I couldn't understand a lot of these strategies, and I went and I did a lot of back testing, and I found this technique. Okay, I am doing it because I like it, and it works. You guys can see that it works for yourself. You know, you guys can see that it works for yourself. And I said, you know what? I am going to come on and live stream doing this. Okay, and look, it is working. Look at that. We're down now. How many pips we're down? We're down 7 pips. That's basically 1-to-1. So right now, you need to, if you're in this entry, you need to be managing your profits. Anyways, it's we are at 8.5k likes right now. We're at 8.5k likes now. We need to get the likes up to 10k likes on TikTok. Now we need to see. I need that 5. I need this candle to close. 10 seconds. It's gonna close. Gold is still doing its thing. Shiny, you should be looking really nice. Bro, I beg you. Wannabe traders, leave the guy. How do you hate on him so chilled? I don't know. And I'm a nice guy. If you guys knew me, like as in me, like you seen me physically, and like hang out with me, you know how chill I am, man. All right, good. We now have a candle close below that 30-minute support. I'm going BE at this point. So let's see. Let it ride now. GBP Chef is doing good for you. Congrats. I shouldn't block it. Yeah, we should have just let him stay on. But I can't be listening to all of his nonsense. So we're getting that final push here in with DXY into the zone here, into zone 1. So that's good. But we're getting a bit of that little rejection. Come on, don't give us full TP. You did us it did this yesterday, gave us 7 pips and then came back on it. Too early. We just got that first candle close below that 30-minute support. Come on, EU. Really? You doing this? Yeah, I got stopped out as well. Yeah, come on, EU. We've been waiting for this all morning. Come on. Come on, EU. All right, that's fine. You didn't go BE. Remember that we were waiting for the candle to close below the 30-minute support line. It might actually. Okay, let's look at the Heikin-Ashi here. Well, the buying pressure is still here on the Heikin-Ashi. It hasn't changed its flavors yet. No, I didn't put BE too early. I put BE exactly the right time. BE, I went BE when I was when I was 7 pips in into partial. So basically the same as my SL. So I wouldn't say that I went BE too early. You have to have rules of how you manage your manage your entry. And if I'm following the rules, so that was all right. It's not like I'm using like a massive stop loss. If I was using like a stop loss at my buy line, like 14 pips, then sure I would have held, but no. And we could be getting a re-entry as well. Remember guys, if you haven't yet subscribed as yet, please go ahead and do so. That's YouTube at 215 Trades. All right, hold on. Ah, boy. Anywhere this gold market confirms an entry to, I'm taking it. Anywhere. And this has broken so many of my supports. Anywhere, if it confirms an entry to, I'm taking it. Chef, you should re-enter on EU. In order for me to re-enter it, it has to do that again. It has to do the retest again. I won't re-enter just because it just tap that, because if it doesn't confirm the retest pattern, it can actually just continue to climb. Because what we have to always remember as well, and not because we want it to go down, it may not go down, but we have to always remember that at supports there's always going to be a lot of buying pressure, and there's also going to be a lot of selling pressure. So it can reverse, but in order for me to re-enter, it has to show me that look, it's testing the zone and it has rejected from the zone as well. And it looks like it's definitely rejecting. For gold, oh wait, no, he didn't confirm it. Gold right now, I don't, there's no more entries here for me on gold. The most I could do possibly is to remark my 215 zone, but if you look at the 15-minute candles, it's all red candles, so I can't. There's no structure on that for me to put. Wait a minute, where are you going? It could be looking to come down to 3340. Hold on, let's look at the daily time frame, because where is it? Where is it looking to go? Three 3320. What is 3326? 3340. That's the wick of the previous. Well, not the previous, but one of the daily candles. So is it looking to come here? Yeah, possibly looking for a reversal as well. So that's why I was saying if it does confirm an entry to at any given point where it is, then I will take an entry to setup, because it has fallen by quite a strong distance. So I'm looking for at least a bit of a turn back in it. So let's see, the London market does open in about 20 minutes. So closer to the time, if it does break, even if it does come down to this daily support, then I'll consider taking an entry too on that. All right, Chef, you should know I answered that. Who is still in the EU? Shan, I think you might be the only one who is in the EU. EU close again, 2 pips. Let's 2 pips. Let's go. Someone in Chef. Here's yep. I'm in Chef. GBP Chef. All right, cool. So that's fine. We've gotten that 7 pips on that. So DXY is now rejecting from zone 1. And Haikinashi, what is Haikinashi saying? Still buy pressure, but you have longer taller wicks. It still hasn't changed the flavor as yet. In 50 minutes, so that's at 8:30. That's like at the ending of the stream. So when is it a good time to buy gold? If you have a position, if you have a setup and it confirms it, then I would say that's the best time to buy it. Yeah, gold is going down really nicely. If anyone caught that down move, Sailor, I'm pretty sure you caught it. 6 is back. You're still holding your swing trade from all the, bro. I've never done that. Because I'm into scalping, like I'm in 30 minutes, I'm out. I've never then again, I can't hold too long on the prop firm anyways. You woke up 15 minutes ago. You've been partying a lot. Come on, guys, we're almost at 10K likes. Let's get those likes up as well. Remember as well, if you haven't yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, that's 215 Trades, please go ahead and do so. Sadly, the EU trade only took us down to 7 pips. Did get that candle close below that 30-minute support line, and it did reject it. That's perfectly fine though, because if I look at the 15-minute time frame, we still don't have a 15-minute candle closing below that zone, but we can actually see another push down there as well. I'm gonna wait to see if I can get another entry here on EU, whether it's going to be another short or if it's going to be another buy. If it's going to be a buy, we might need to wait for a retest of that buy zone as well, because that's what 3 pips away. I think that's about the same as well from that. So yeah, might need to wait for a retest as well of that 30-minute resistance and pull back in the zone for me to consider going for it. And as I was saying, so in this area, it's not a bad 30-minute, it's not a bad buying area as well, because as you can see, that 30-minute support price came down, tested that 30-minute support and rejected to the buy line. So that's a possibility of it. So that's why I said once the candle closed below that 30-minute support, it's best to take your BE and so forth. I was on Asia session to be. Oh, you were. Oh, let me guess. You were on Asia session with Daniel. You are on Asia session with Daniel. I see. I see. Nope. Okay. Bloom and flourish wealth with Elena. Nice. How did the Asian session go? There's something that I wanted there's something that I wanted to check. Because this guy was going on about the Asian market is closed when the London market is open, which is a lie because the Asian market doesn't close when the London market is open. Because if I show this to you guys here on TikTok, this shows it shows when the market opens and when they close. If you look, this is the Tokyo session and it overlaps with the London market. So it doesn't close instantly, so I don't know what is going on about. All right, so that's pushing up. DXY is pulling down. So I'm guessing now if you look at the high candle, then that means then gold. All right. 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 I did say that I'm interested in taking an entry two on gold anytime once the pattern farms, then I will be interested in taking an entry two here. So it has to be how many pips? Why is it not? Oh, it's at 1.4. No. Why is it not doing it? Why is it not doing it? It usually counts it for me. So why is it not doing it now? Ah, that's too big. It's still too big. Yeah, it's still too big. Maybe the size of that. Still too big. I think it will actually go to 3,600 is my best bet. Yeah, whenever I take entries, I take them on stream. What is the term pips? It's just a measurement that you use to measure like price action in the market. Can you use pips or points? Chef gold buy. I just entered. Yeah, it might be a strong rejection going back up, but it didn't quite confirm an entry two for me. These candles are too big in a sense. Yeah, but it's a nice reversal though. But I needed these candles to close about 15 pips from each other for me to say we could have been a decent entry too. But these are too massive for me to do that. No, I don't do signals. I don't do signals, but on stream. So if I'm taking an entry, you will see it here if you're here. But that's good though. That's a very good buy area. It's just that I was looking for it possibly here, but this candle didn't quite create it. This candle tried to do it, but it closed too big. So it's now going up. You'll wait for London open to take a buy. Yeah, it's still only 10 minutes away. 10 minutes away, anyways. Can see where EU is coming back to the point of interest. That's good. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame as well. 10 minutes until this 15-minute candle closes. Also 10 minutes until the London market opens as well. Pretty strong reversal trend here on DXY. They try to test and come into zone 1 here. We did get a little bit of a 15-minute candle to close above that marker. Not too much though, but price could actually do come back down into this area here and then reject. So it could come back down and then reject to actually do go higher, which could cause the price action on EU to come down. But if it doesn't do that, then it can very well just continue to break through, and we could see a massive rise here on EU. Now when I'm looking here on EU as well, as I said, that 30-minute resistance is quite close here, so I would ideally like to see a test and a retracement back to the zone. Then I will be considering taking the long if the market just favor the long position in a sense. So let's see, we do have the London market opened in about 10 minutes. I did see on, where was it? I did see on my FX book there was some news coming out on Euro USD in 39 minutes. So that's fine. I won't be on stream at that point in time. And for those persons who are in the chef pair as well, there's some high impact news coming out in at 8:30 a.m. as well. So you could hold on, you know, until that news comes out as well, because if it does comes out and it goes in your direction, then you should be seeing a massive injection of volume into the market, which will ultimately help you out possibly if it goes into your direction as well. Now for all the viewers here on TikTok, remember, if you haven't yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, that is 215 Trades, please go ahead and do so, as you can see here, so you can learn more about the 215 technique. So waiting for an entry, another entry here on the EU. So let's see what is going to happen. Gold, on the other hand, it did confirm a bit of a reversal here. I guess if you were looking at the Heiken, actually you could see that there were signs of weakness coming into the market here. As you see that all the candles are coming down massively with all red thick body candles, and then as soon as the reversal was coming in, you can see a small wick. This one didn't have a wick, but you can then see these candles with top wicks and bottom wicks, and that showed you that the buying pressure is slowing down a bit. So you could, if you're using that, you could use that as additional confirmation. However, I was waiting for an entry 2 setup here just to see if it will actually do play out, but no, it didn't quite confirm that entry 2 pattern that I was looking for. No, I'm not in an entry on gold right now. Legend Coldman, is there news on GBP? Let me just check for you just to make sure. News on GBP, no, it's going to be an EU day today for the next 3.5 hours. GBP news comes out. High impact GBP news actually do come out, but that's in 4 hours. So at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. UK time, then you should be seeing some GBP news coming out. So whatever time zone that you're in, just do the conversion. It's now 7:53 a.m. So just look at your clock and whatever time that is now, you can just do the math. So GBP news comes out in 4 hours. And then after that, that's the end of it for today, because no more news comes out until tomorrow, Friday, as well. Now let's have a quick look at EU. Can I analyze EU? EU sell? Well, no, EU sell not as yet. There's no sell confirmation for EU. I would only look to consider taking an EU sell below the zone. But if I'm looking to take a long position here on EU, I would need to see price testing that 30-minute resistance and pull it back into my zone for me to consider taking that as well. But we need to also consider the movement here of DXY. DXY is coming down into this key support area here as well. So we can come, if it tests and rejects from this area, then we could see where EU could start to reject from that point of interest down back to the sell line, because DXY overall is in an uptrend. Because if you look at it, it's coming up, rejecting, coming down, consolidates a bit, then it rejects, it goes higher as well. So we could see where price actually do come down, test back this support area here, and then continue to push higher into the higher zones as well. And if we do see that DXY is pushing into the higher zones as well, we can expect the overall difference to happen here, where EU would be going down. And if we look at the higher time frame, let's go to the 30-minute time frame here on EU. You can see where the price action has been coming down after it tested that, I would say, highs, a bit of, yeah, there were highs really, but you can see that it has been coming down aggressively since then. So if EU continues to push up so aggressively, then we should be seeing the overall trend of EU continue to fall until there's like some massive, I think it's all be manipulated if I'm to be honest, because it should be going up but it's going down though, so I think it's all being manipulated. So that's it. If price still waiting for another entry, the London market opens in about 5 minutes as well, so we should be seeing some injection of volume coming in as well. So 5 minutes, so I'm just gonna hang fire here, just wait and see what the London market do bring. I can go to the 15-minute time frame. I could also do a 215 zone here as well at 8 o'clock, at the 8 o'clock, and then I could, because these are all clean areas here, and I could do a 215 markup here, and then do a 215 go entry versus doing a 215 retest entry as well, because there is all clean areas. So I could do that as well. So let's see where this 3-minute candle closes, and then I'll put the 215 zone there, and I could look for check Euro. Yeah, Euro is still pushing up. You see, Shan, that's why you should have how did you get out of that position? Did you go BE or did you not? Oh, you close, okay. Yeah, you want to you have, when it comes down to EU, you have to make sure, not EU overall, any traded pairs that you need to make sure you made 2 pence. Damn. You have to make sure you manage you not only manage your stop loss, but you also have to manage your take profit as well. So you have to manage it. So if your break even pattern, or whatever you're waiting on for, go break even and take partials, if that comes into play, then you definitely need to do it. Majority of the times, I think if I go, let's say I go 7 pips, then yeah. Oh, you trading the bank holiday? Which one? What? New York bank holiday? I don't stream in the London. I don't stream in the New York time, so it doesn't affect me. Yeah, I did see it on Forex Factory. Forex Factory did say it's a bank holiday today. I didn't see which one it was. Someone was saying it's June 19th. I think June 19th has to do with is it Black History Month or something like that? Black something. I don't know. Juneteenth, National oh, it's their Independence Day. Look at me with my bright self talking about Black History Month. Banks facilitate major foreign exchange. Most forex remain open for every holiday, Christmas, New Year. It does affect it. It does affect the market. Oh, however, I'm not in for I'm not in for the entire move of the market. I'm only just in for a few pips, just the small crumbs of the market. So it will affect it. All right. So what I'm going to do, I am going to, as I said, I'm going to put the I'm going to put a 215 zone here at the 8 o'clock market open, and then do a, because you can do the zone in 15-minute increments. So I'll put a zone here at the 8 o'clock and then do the 215 go entry versus doing a retest. Up and down, side and around. Let's see if I can quickly mark it out. Interestingly enough, usually when I used to use the 215 technique back when I just started, I started my the time that I normally start is at 7:30, you know. Yeah, at 7:30. That's this. Wow, really? So that would be the 8 o'clock 215 zone. Let's go to the 5-minute time frame. So on the 5-minute time frame, and I said that I would use a 215 go entry here on it just to give it a try. I have a clean set of candles going up, so that's a clean range going up. I'm going to remove these so I don't I'm going to remove these so I don't confuse anyone. I'm going to remove these so I don't confuse anyone. All right, I'm removing the 1 hour support and I'm removing the. Okay, so we're going to try a 215 go entry here on the 215 for on the 8 o'clock 215 zone and see. So if a candle comes in close below that range, if it's not too far away from it, then I'll take the short there. But if it goes and it goes above here, I'll take the long here. No, green. And this one is red. So let's see what is going to happen. We do have 30 minutes left here on stream, so let's see what's going to happen here. On EU now, as you see, DXY has come down to this little box here, right? Has come down to this little box. It didn't quite test it though, but it's already rejected, and that's why you're seeing these down move here on EU. So it's now 8:03 a.m. here in London. London market opened 3 minutes ago. Not much volume on that opening candle though. So now I wouldn't recommend anyone to trade with multiple zones though, if you don't understand it, how they work. Yeah, possibly. Well, there's still so the London is still still a pretty strong market session. It would inject volume into the market anyways. So there should be volume in from the London from the London side. And now we are in the segment of the overlap of the London and the Asia side right now. So there still should be some volume, but it's probably just delayed. I think sometimes it is delayed until the first 5 minutes, then you then see the volume of the market. But it can also consolidate this entire day as well. Today has been such not today. I mean, this week has been such a slow week. Like it has just been really slow. There hasn't been any major entries taken this week. Hasn't been any L's taken this week as well. Not any major L's taken this week. as well. Last week had more excitement. Last week was was a very entertaining week, right? Last week was a very entertaining week, but that's just how the market is sometimes. And especially when you're using the 215 technique, you don't always get entries every single day, right? You don't always get entries every single day. It will tend to fluctuate a bit because your entry models are so specific. But yeah, so even if I don't get an entry today, it's fine. If I don't get an entry today on gold, it's fine. I've got some pips on EU. 7 pips on EU. That is good. So if this candle close below here, I will try for a short. If it doesn't, well, I would say how far, maybe a pip away from the zone, ideally. That's about there, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna break massively below that zone. And if it does that, then I'll take a short in that. If it does that in that little box right there, then I'll take a short from here and time crank it to this little area here. I'm not gonna do my full, maybe like that, and then do like that. So 2 for 5. Well, let's see. Let us see. So that I'm just doing a 215 go, but then you have to take into consideration this point here. Oh, that's fine. EU, DXY is pulling back. EU is consolidating. We haven't had a massive move as yet. The same thing that happened yesterday. The same thing that happened yesterday with EU, where it went up and hit TP1, and it basically consolidated a bit on that TP1 price point at that 30-minute resistance, and then it came back later on in the day down to the 215 zone. It's the same thing that happened today. This went down, gave us TP1, then rejected. So it's the same thing that happened. So between yesterday and today, that's what 14 maybe 14 to 15 pips on EU. $130 pips. Now the 215 zone though for the 630, I will still consider now, because now that the price action has moved all the way down. If later on today price actually does come back to the zone, then I would consider taking shorts from that zone again if it does come back and reject from that zone. So that would be like taking if it does confirm a buy here, I'll take the buy to the zone, and then I'll take the sell from that zone back down. So sort of like a ping pong. It's now 8:08. Remember guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and do so. That is 215 trades. Oh, 12.9k likes. Okay, so it beat the high score for yesterday. Really slow day today. Slow week overall. Are you guys taking entries tomorrow? Anyone taking entries tomorrow? Thank you as usual, Sylvia. Yeah, it's the last day. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday, that's all. Hassan Hussein. Yeah. That's what I'm waiting. I will buy it. I'm waiting for I'm looking for a 215 go entry from the 8 o'clock 215 zone. So if it closes above the zone, then I'll take it. I won't buy it before full margin tomorrow. Full margin Fridays. Ah, I didn't know you were a supporter of that stranger. So if it does close above there, I would be interested in taking that long position back to the 630 215 zone. And when it gets to that 630, I'll be looking to take a short from that 630 215 zone all the way back down to the 8 o'clock. You only have a small account. So you have a small account and you do full margin on a small account. My win rate is 1%. And my average RR is 0 to 1. Just kidding, my friend. The win rate is it's quite good, in all honesty. It is slow though, I give you that. My RR, what's RR again? Risk to reward, how much you risk. That part, my stop losses are structure based, anyways. So, ooh, what's going on? My stop losses are structure based, so I don't have a defined number of pips. So I know that my stop loss on gold is always going to be 40 pips or 15 pips, all depending on the entry model that I am taking. But where my take profits are would depend on, let's say if I'm taking a buy, it will depend on where my 30-minute resistance or my 1 hour and my 4 hour resistance are. So it's a little bit more trickier than that. So when it comes down to RR, I don't really track. As a matter of fact, the only KPI that I am concerned about is, can I make a withdrawal in 2 weeks? That's all I care about, right? So I don't really put the. I think why. All right. I think what it is because the job that I used to do, KPIs was a hell of a thing, and when I was working working there, your manager is always on your back. You need to meet this quota. You need to meet this percentage. So when it comes down to those KPIs, I don't stress myself on that. I just really just worry about, am I making a withdrawal in 2 weeks? That's it. So don't worry about, and a lot of people as well. And you guys need to be honest with yourselves. We all need to be honest with ourselves. You journal, a lot of persons journal, and they never go back on those journals and look. They just mark it out for today and they just go on. Tomorrow they do another trade and then they just add it on their journals. They never go back on their journals and read it and say, okay, all right, this is what happened, yada yada yada. They don't do that. They don't do that. A lot of us, we don't do that. I don't do that. How many of you guys on here journal and reread your journal? If you genuinely do, say me in the chat. If you genuinely do, say me. If you genuinely record and reassess, and then the next day you don't you base off what you did the previous day, say me. JJ, you. All right, nice. Big shout out to you. But I know a lot of us, we don't do it. I would never do such a thing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ah, that's nice. That's nice. Big shout out to you, my friend. So it's, you see, it's all what works. It's all what works for you. In the early days, I used to journal and all of that. But then it's sort of like, if I made a mistake, I remember the mistake, so I don't do the mistake. So what I do is that I have defined rules, and then I just follow the rules. And once I follow the rules, the outcome should be the same. If it's a case where the market turns back and hit me out, then the market just turn back and hit me out. But it should be because I follow my rules. And I think that's what I hold myself to mostly, following the rules. If I'm following the rules, then that's fine. 14 seconds until this candle closes. 10 seconds. So I would consider taking that 215 go Short here. Wow. That's on the line. Yeah, that's on the line. That's on the line. Yeah, we haven't taken any entries. Haven't taken any entries on gold for a while, so I'm just trying to see if we can get an entry from that the 8 o'clock 215 zone, but it's not looking so bright. It's now 8:15 a.m. here. I'm actually getting fatigue here as well. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, it's at to 215 Trades on YouTube. Please go ahead and do so. This candle didn't break the 215 zone. As you can see, it came down, tested that sell line as well, but this red candle closed exactly on the line. So that didn't confirm an entry for the 215 technique. Using the 215 goes is basically not waiting for a retest. Basically going for a candle close below once I have a clean open range towards the left. Do have a clean open range, but there's still this little support area here that I might be considering as well, just to see how the price just react to that zone. Hi Annie, with your smiley face. Check EU. Shiny, just want to get back on the horse on EU, man. I can see it. Yeah, EU is now consolidating towards the higher end of the 215 zone. It hasn't quite broken it as yet. It has only wicked out of the zone as well. So the buy pressure is not so strong right now on EU. If we look at DXY though, and look at the high Kanashi candles, you can see now where the sell is in play. It's getting smaller though, not quite big as well, but this 15-minute candle doesn't close until the next 12 minutes here as well. So it's pushing down though, and you can now see EU looking to push above that zone, but I will wait for a retest of that 30-minute resistance and pull back to the zone for me to look to go for that long here on EU if it does changes the flavor. EU is going up, gold is going down. That's not a good sign. If you're breaking and test and retest. DXY is still not breaking through this area here. Is this a support area here? It's testing it. If it's not breaking through, it's not rejecting as well. Are you ready for another entry on EU, Shan? Thank you for those likes, Ali. Is Ren still here, or yeah, is Ren gone? Ah, there you go, Ren. Oh, big shout out to you. Seconds. What's gold doing? Pull back a bit, pull back a bit, pull back a bit. All right, if it does close above that line, I'm okay. I would be interested in taking that short, as a matter of fact. All right, I'm going to take that chart here on gold. Let's see what happens here. Hold on. See if I can get it all the way down there. $20 pips in. I will go BE once I get a candle close below. Just taking a quick scalp here on gold. Is a entry, is a 215 go entry basically with a candle, with the first candle close below the zone here as well, using the 8 o'clock 215 zone versus using the 6:30 as well. I wouldn't recommend persons using multiple zones if you don't quite understand how the zones work. It's not too shabby though. Yeah, not too shabby off an entry. Not too shabby off an entry. All right, good. Down 20 pips. Let me just take some profits on that. Okay. All right, good. That's moving nicely. I'm going to go break even at this point. I'm not going too far on the TP for this. I'm just going to go at the bottom of this little structure here at 3347. So let's see how much pips that's going to be. So that's going to be about 70 pips overall. We're down pretty nicely already, to be fair, because that's what almost 40 pips already as well. So that's good. All right, good. All right, so that's a decent 215 go entry there from the 8 o'clock 215 zone. If you guys took that, then hats off to you. If you didn't, well, guess tomorrow again. What is what is this? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my. You should have checked. But no, but come on, Shine. You know that either ways, even if I had checked, you know that I still wouldn't have entered. You know that I still wouldn't have entered because it didn't confirm what I was looking for. None of the candles closed above the zone. It didn't close. That one candle just skyrocketed through. At least we took some pips. We took almost 40 pips here on this gold trade. If anyone took that, at least we took for about 40 pips right there. 40 pips on it. It's still going. At least that. But that's fine. That's fine. Oh gosh, that's fine. That's fine, man. That's fine, man. But that's crazy though. That's crazy. I longed on the pullback. Haha. Nice, friend. Nice. Nice. If it comes back now, if it comes back to me, then I'll take it at that point in time. If it does come back to me, then I'll take it at that time. If it does do that. If it does do that. But based off this, that's a pretty. Why didn't he do that when we were in our sharp positions going down? Crazy, man. That's crazy. So thank you for the gifts. That's crazy. All right, gold is still going. All right, that was just a quick scalp there on gold. Because this candle closes in about 18 seconds as well. Right now, look. So this isn't it now. So EU DXY is inside of that key, into the key support area. So let's see what's gonna happen here. How did that happen? Like, how did that happen? Tom, how did that happen? Remember, guys. Remember, if you haven't yet subscribed to 215 Trains, please go ahead and do so. Oh, yeah, you weren't staying true. You weren't staying true to the 215, my friend. That's 35 pips secured there on gold. All right, that's I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this move. That's not too bad. I haven't had quite a good entry here, for on gold for since the starting of the week, but this wasn't so bad. This wasn't so bad. Just a quick scalp using the 215 zone from the 8 o'clock time, from 8 o'clock London time, and also then just going in for just a quick scalp on that. Didn't use a 215 retest, did a 215 go entry, which a 215 retest can now still confirm from the 215 if this price actually does go back up and then reject from that zone. You can still look for a 215 retest entry on that. So the possibilities are endless. I'm still in right now. Did anyone take this goal? If you take that goal entry, just put XAU in the chat. Let me see what's going on. DXY right now is going down into the range, and EU is still continuing to fly. If it does come back to the zone and give me a decent pullback, then I would be interested in taking that as well. Yeah, that's the thing, my friend. You see, when it comes on to any entry, let's close that out. Anything at all, to be fair, any period that whether it's EU or gold, I just have to always stick to the 215. If the 215 is telling me it's a buy, then I'm going to go for a buy. If it's telling me it's a short, then I'm going to go for the short. It's not good to second guess my strategy. If that's what the strategy is saying, to go long or to go short, then that's all that I'm going to be doing. I'm not doing anything beyond that. It's always going to be that. So it told me to go short for a 215 go. The 215 go entry did make sense here fully as well, because if you look to the left, you have a clean entry going down. This candle didn't close too far away from the zone as well. In gold, we trust. Definitely do. Now EU is climbing. Come on, EU. I've been here all morning playing with you, waiting for you to do your thing, and you do me like that. Please don't do me like that. Imagine, huh? Imagine I've been there waiting on an entry on you for all morning, and look what you do. So you test that 30-minute resistance, you pull back a bit, but you didn't quite retest my zone. Nice. Congratulations to you, my friend. Are you doing proper? Are you doing personal? Nice, 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 nice. That's really good, my friend. That's really good. DXY is pushing through that zone, and if this 15-minute candle breaks that zone, you see, if this 15-minute candle breaks that zone and close below that zone on DXY, that's a pretty strong push to say that EU might be continuing to that 1 hour resistance. How many persons actually did enter the buy beforehand on EU? How many persons entered in the buy beforehand? No, then that's good. That is good. I would say for you try to understand it as best as possible, master that strategy, and then you do the same. You do what I'm doing here. So do the same. So master that strategy, right? Master it, understand it so much, or where you can explain it, right? And then eventually you can do streaming as well. Create your own community around your technique that you're using. Wow, King, I'm so sorry to hear that, my friend. Right? Try to do that, okay? Because it's the same. It's the same thing with me. It's the same thing I did. So I found the 215 technique. I'm working on it. Entry two cooking on gold. Entry two cooking on gold. All right. If Sylvia says it, then it is there. Yeah, but it has to pull back a bit though. It has to pull back a bit though. I'm too lazy to live. What do you mean by you're what? What do you mean by that? It has to come back a bit though, Sylvia. Because right now it's up over 20 pips going. It will pull back to 3.3553. Remember, guys, don't just subscribe to the TikTok. Please as well go to the YouTube as well at 215 Trades, and make sure you subscribe there as well for the overall 215 experience. I started to write when it was 14 pips. Ah, I see. EU. Our lovely lady. If EU comes back to the 215 zone, it's up to your YouTube. I'll tell you what, as a matter of fact, let's finish the rest of the stream. I'm going to do an extended stream today. Let's finish the rest of the stream on YouTube. So I'm going to close out the TikTok. I'm going to close out the TikTok stream, and I'm going to go over to YouTube. So if you want to see the rest of the extended stream, I'm waiting for to see if I can get a pullback here on EU to go for another re-entry. Nice. See you on YouTube. Stranger says don't. Come on, guys. Let's go over to YouTube. Let's extend it. We normally it's easy. So why? How hard is it? How hard Cypher and TJ? Nice. That sounds like a pretty good channel. How hard is it to watch on TikTok? Varblocks here. Thank you so much for that, Varblocks. YouTube. Stranger, jump on the YouTube stream and look at it and tell me if you don't like it more. Okay, fine. Silver says TikTok, then Silver says TikTok, it's TikTok. Okay, fine. Okay. All right, let's extend the stream for 15 minutes more. Let's see if I can get an entry here, a re-entry here on EU. All right. Okay, boss. Okay. But what? Okay. Fine. All right. 15 minutes. All right. Look at that. You see. Let's zoom in. Look at DXY. You can see that on DXY. Look. Damn. Hear my tummy rumble. Came into that key support area, and it's rejecting back upwards, and you can see. Really? Okay. And I'm trying my best because I decreased the latency on YouTube to make it faster in regards to the delay that you guys see on what you call it, to decrease the delay you guys see on YouTube, because I don't think there's a massive delay now on YouTube versus on TikTok. Because usually I would stream in a higher quality, right? I was streaming in a higher quality on YouTube, but I toned down the quality of the stream because why do you want to see the charts in 4K, right? What good does that do? So turn down the quality a bit, not where it's like you're seeing all the grains and all. Turn it down just a bit, just to increase the speed of the latency on YouTube. TikTok, you can just put your screen above and still see the chart. Ah, that's what you do. So you guys watch this stream. Okay, I see. Okay, guys. So Chef is still here. Let's go for 20k likes. 20. You guys can't do 20k likes. You guys can't do 20k likes. I doubt it. All right, let's see if I can get another entry, another re-entry here on. Oh, thank you so much for those roses. Let's see if we can get another re-entry here on gold. Maybe another short. Conscious though that it's creating the supports higher and higher, so that could be where it's creating a step to actually go up as well. Let's have a quick look at EU. EU is doing its thing. It came into that 30-minute resistance, rejected. Those persons who yeah, EU a short on EU would make sense here from that 30-minute resistance. It does make sense from that 30-minute resistance, being that there is going to be selling pressure from resistance. So if you tapped into that 30-minute resistance and you took that short, that makes sense. As well, as you can see, you do have DXY in this key support area here. As you can see, it's not rejecting, so that chart does make sense. Do you guys, was it Ren and Shan who took that early buy on EU? Are you still in that early buy on EU? Give gold at I think it's going down more, plus 500 UK I use. Yeah, it can very well go down more. If it comes down and you know what? Let me just move my alert from here, my permanent sell alert from here. All right. So now this would be basically a 215 retest now, because I took the 215 go down, got some pips, but if it comes back up in the zone, close in the zone, then close below, then it should be a 215 retest for a short here, but I would still be considering taking a 215 go for a long just above the tree. Would gold reach the 334 level? Where's 334? Yeah, of course it can. Gold is crossed, EU is crossing the buy. So it hasn't closed in the zone yet. So just waiting to see. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed as yet, please go ahead and do so. All right, so DXY is pushing down. That's good, but EU, no, don't do that. You come down, just no. I'm not in the sell trade. I've already taken the sell trade on gold already, so I'm looking to possibly take a buy trade now, all depending on where this candle closed. Took the sell trade. That was about a 35 pip drop. But let's see. Are you in a buy right now when gold, Sylvia? Would be so interesting if this just shoots all the way up to that 215 zone all the way at the top and then confirms short. Let's see. I knew it. You see, I know how you trade. You see, I know how you trade. From once you said that there was once you said that there's an entry two cooking here, I know you dropped down to that high Kinashi, analyzing the charge, looking at it, you can see that there's a massive strong wick on that, so you know that there's a pretty good up pressure coming in here on gold, so you would have just capitalized on that. I know. Wow. Look at that. All right, hold on. Move back my alert back to my 632 and 5 zone. And let's see what's now going to happen here. All right, remember, guys, to subscribe here as well. That's 215 trades here as well. for the ultimate 215 experience. That's crazy, Sylvia. That was a pretty good catch. Thank you, Alexandra, for that follow over there in YouTube. Yes, GG4 is possibly in goal. Yeah, I would say so, but right now it has changed the flavor from that down move and it's now pushing up aggressively. EU right now as well is still hovering above the zone. I would need to see price action come back down into the zone. We're almost at 20k likes on TikTok, not there as yet. Have to see candle come down back in the zone and close inside the zone for me to then consider taking longs here on EU with a rejection above. Gold is coming back up to the 630-215 zone. So if it's coming back to the 630-215 zone, and that's what I was saying for all those persons who were saying like it's a holiday, no entries and all, bro. Don't care too much about the holidays. It's still the market is still going to move, unless it's like maybe one of those holidays where all of the markets are closed. Then it might be a little bit trickier then, because then it will slow a bit, like Christmas. I think is Christmas an international holiday where the entire world, possibly, if you want to look at it that way. So yeah, so it is coming back into the zone. As you can see, it's coming back to the 630-215 zone. So if it does come back into the zone and confirms that short, then I'll be interested in taking that short from the 630-215 zone. Did get a quick scalp here on the short from the 8 o'clock 215 zone. So let's see if I can get something from the 630-215 zone. EU on the other hand, you sold. What did you sell? You sold EU? Cypher? What did you sell? You sold EU or gold? Almost at 20k likes, my friends. Let's go. Ali. Your fingers are pro. You can take some. Alright, take a rest. Take a rest, Sylvia. Take a rest. Take a rest. That's fine. Take a rest. Take a rest. Well, thank you so much for that. EU's crossing the byline. You're not really, are you? Good morning from Romania. Jin Jael. Good morning to you, my friend. Damn, look at EU goal now. Just 900 more likes. I thought you will say dzień dobry, well, means good morning in Polish. I'm going to practice that. I am going to practice that. Definitely going to practice that. No, I didn't. Sylvia did. Nice, nice, nice. Everyone's eating profits today. That's good. EU doesn't want to give me the confirmation for the buy. It doesn't want to pull back in the zone and close inside the zone. No, I'm not selling gold. If it does confirm what I wanted to confirm, I'll give it a try. Gold is kind. Yeah, it's kind when it wants to be. All right, it wasn't a bad day today, though. Wasn't a bad day today. A few pips here and there, but no massive win for me. Let's redraw the zone. It's 8:45. What? No, can't redraw the zone again. We just did. We still have the 7, and I think the 7 o'clock zone. 7 o'clock zone is right here. This is the point of interest for the 7 o'clock zone. So this 30-minute support is the 7 o'clock zone. So we're basically now in the 215 zone. If we had one for 7 o'clock, so it would be maybe about up there. So all three zones are right in this little area. So the buy side now for the 7 o'clock zone is basically possibly just only now being tested. It has tested the sell side already. So it is looking to be possibly that for a short if the candles were to come back in that direction. Well, that's what I said. I wouldn't recommend anyone to use multiple zones if you don't understand how to use the zones. You see. So sometimes it's best just to stick to one. Finally, 20K. Big shout out to you, Ali, and also Sylvia. Big shout out. Because the point of interest would be here for the for the 7 o'clock at 364, so it should be at 262.542. 542. So they're about, yeah, actually it's perfect. So thereabouts would be the sell line for it, and price basically came back and is retesting the 7 o'clock zone and is rejected from the 7 o'clock zone as well. So the 7 o'clock would be saying that it's a short if it does come below, or if it goes up and tests and comes back down, then it's a buy. So what will happen is that if you're using multiple zones, you will get confused. That's why I don't recommend you using multiple zones. It's always best just to use one, and if it's the case, if you're going to restart it and remark a new zone, then you remove the previous one. EU is coming back down into the zone. Someone said they had shorted EU. Are you still in that short on EU? You can see where DXY as well is trying to get back out of that support, but it's being held on tightly by that support area. If only this could just go and reject from that 630. Or as a matter of fact, I'm buying back into gold in the next 10 minutes. God telling me more pounds to make. Okay, nice. I love how I like how your guts just analyze the markets for you, my friend. I love that. Yeah, I think I need some breakfast now in my system. But why 10 minutes? 901 buy in. Oh, you're doing on an hourly candle close. Is that what you're doing? I see. Oh yeah, that's not a bad bet. Where did price come and reject from? 1 hour, that's not 1 hour. What did it reject from? 4 hour. Okay. Yeah, price is pushing back up aggressively into that 630 area. Remember guys, if you haven't yet subscribed as yet, please go ahead and do so. The 630 zone is a pretty good zone to sell from, you see. DXY. You bought at 3357. 3357. That's not crazy. That was a good buy. That was a good buy. You say that was a good buy. $3,357 was a really good buy. Guys should be up over like what, maybe about 100 pips by now, even more. Price is rejecting from that 15-minute rejection line. That's from the 230, 632 and 5 zone. EU is back in the zone as well. Person who entered that chart and EU, if you're still holding, you should be up nicely as well. DXY is rejecting from that 15-minute support area and is going back up here as well, as you guys can see. So it's still in zone 0 though. Looking to see if we can retest zone 1 yet again, and that's why you can see the rejection coming in here on EU. Gold is almost back. Still, oh, Legend, you were the ones who said it. Nice, nice, nice. It should be good. It should be good though, because the XY is pushing up a bit. So just continue to monitor it as well. Just continue to monitor it and make sure you monitor your position. All right, now big shout out to my YouTube viewers who has remained loyal and has been there all morning, hitting the like button, hitting the share button, and also interacting with the chat. Really do appreciate you guys all over there on YouTube. And also for my guys here on TikTok who has been nothing but great in regards to the interaction in the chat. All the haters as well, big shout out to you guys, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't come here every single day doing this. All right, so big shout out to you guys on that. For all those persons as well who took the time out to double tap on that screen, pressing that screen as crazy, showing your appreciation to the 215 movement. I really genuinely appreciate you guys a lot. 20k likes, almost 21k likes. That's a pretty strong high score in a while. I appreciate you guys so much. There's no more haters. I kick them out. Thank you so much for that, Sylvia. Brilliant. All right, so I really do appreciate every single one across both platforms, and for all those persons who also went over and subscribed to the YouTube channel at 215 Trades. I appreciate Sylvia. There's also another Sylvia as well. Up there too, Sylvia as well. Interesting. All right. So I really do appreciate you guys so much. You guys don't know what you are doing for me, just being here, just supporting as well. Really do appreciate it. And if you also join the Telegram group as well, I appreciate that a lot. Okay, so we extended the stream from 8:30. We normally close at 8:30. We're actually going to go up until 9 o'clock, so 5 more minutes left on this stream. We might be looking to see an entry two being formulated here if we're looking on the entry, if we're looking from the 8 o'clock 215 zone for a chart from this area here. Let me see. Let's just do a quick measurement. Now you have to zoom in, because if you don't zoom in, it's gonna look too big. Why is there such a big gap between the candles? I don't like that. But overall, today has just been a great day. Today, there's haven't had a massive win as yet for this week on stream, but we are not rushing anything. We're just sticking to the rules and just following the technique as the patterns are actually created and the opportunities are created. And at that point in time, we and I will take them. All right. EU is now back at that point of interest. EU is becoming to be your favorite pair. Yeah, same as well. And Silvia was the one who actually got me hooked on EU, you see. But and ever since I looked, I've never looked back. So I really appreciate that as well. So I want to say, guys, I'm going to leave you guys here today. I'm just going to go in the kitchen as well right now, and I'm going to fix myself some breakfast. So for all those persons who are asking when am I on, I am on every day at 6:30 a.m. London time. So not sure where you guys are in the world, but check it out. 6:30 a.m. London time. I'm also live here on TikTok, and I'm also live here on YouTube at 215 Trades. So appreciate you guys greatly. So on that note, my friends, I'm going to leave you all here. Okay, if you're in Scotland, oh, you're in Scotland. All right, we're not too far away. Got my friend. We're just one long train ride away. All right. So, oh, you're in London as well. Nice, nice, nice. So that's good. So 6:30 your time. Okay. So I'm gonna leave you guys here for today. It's been a pretty interesting day. Appreciate all the love and support that you guys give to me on a daily basis. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, all here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for the gifts over there on TikTok as well, because I know you guys didn't have to do it, but you went out of your way to double tap that screen and hit that and send the gifts as well. Appreciate that greatly. All right. Bless up to you, legend. Bless up to my YouTube viewers over there, my star, my seniors. Appreciate you guys greatly. So I'll see you guys again tomorrow. So remember again, my friends, stay safe and happy trading.